go right ahead and buy it.
On the 7th of October 2022, I ordered my MG electric car, luxury spec with a long range battery. I took the grey interior, which is an option available only in Europe. I was told to expect delivery of the car in around 4 months. That would be the end of February 2023, which would be perfect. So I waited. And waited. And waited. Nothing. Not a call, not an email, nor a text. So on the 7th of April, exactly 6 months after I'd put my deposit down, I visited the dealer. He told me they'd just been talking about me that morning. There's been a problem at the factory in China with the orange, but if I changed the colour of my car, I could have one in a few weeks. My choices were either the diamond red or the metal silver. I couldn't have the grey interior, but one of those things, you know. On the 21st of April, I got a message. The car had arrived at the dealership. It took another long 3 weeks to do the pre-delivery inspection, to arrange the paperwork. And late on Friday, the 12th of May, I finally picked my car up. He was going to be called Rusty after my last MG, which was Rusty. I was only about 500 metres from the dealership when I got this message.
The right rear tyre is abnormal. Do you want to check at the service centre?
The tyre pressures had obviously been missed during its 3-week PDI. Anyway, I've documented the next few days. Hi everybody. So we've just picked up our new MG4 long range. It's the luxury spec. It's different names in different countries. And I need to connect my phone to use the MGI Smart, which is where you can schedule charging. You can either pre-call or heat the car. So to do that, we need to connect to user, and you'll see now a message will come up. Please activate the head unit first, which means I can't get a QR code. Now, I've been looking on the internet. It's a common problem, and it sometimes takes dealers up to 10 days to fix it. Now, we're going back to the dealer today. Luckily, the dealer's only a few kilometers from the house, and they're going to see if they can do it. So let's see how it goes. On the 16th of May, I got to drive home in a nice red diesel Fiat Tipo with around 70,000 kilometers on the clock. They tried to reinstall the software from the servers in China, but it had failed halfway through and the car was left dead. They said it wasn't a problem. They needed to speak to China and it will be fixed by the morning. I went back on the 17th to be told they needed a new part and it would take a week. And so I got to keep the Fiat keys. So on the 22nd of May, I went back to the dealer to be told that the computer, the display unit, which apparently wouldn't load the software, would be another few weeks. To which I told them I was going to refuse the car because under Italian law, any product you get that's new, you have to give the vendor, in this case MG, a reasonable time to fix the problem, as long as you weren't too inconvenienced. And driving around in a 70,000 kilometre diesel manual Fiat Tipo wasn't really what I was expecting when I bought an EV. So they agreed with this and offered me a Fiat Cinquecento electric, the 500e, thinking it was just going to be for a few weeks. I said, okay, that was acceptable. I'd not driven the Fiat before, and later that day I picked it up. To be fair, it was a nice car. Took it on a few trips, but it is a 2+2. There's no room in the back, and I wanted to go on a few trips into the mountains, into the Alps, to near here, and you can't put bags in the boot. You have to have the back seat down, which isn't very secure. But it was going to be okay for 2 weeks. So on the 26th, I got a message saying that the part for my car wasn't going to arrive until the middle of August, which is a complete change. I don't know if you know, but in August most of Italy shuts down, so it meant I wasn't going to get the car until early September at the earliest. So back to the dealer, said this wasn't acceptable, I needed a bigger car, and they actually managed to source and offer me an MG ZS EV, which was a full 5-door estate car, and I could keep that until my MG was finished, which I agreed to. But luckily, I never did take delivery of that car. I got a message on the 2nd of July that the parts had arrived for my car, and picked it up on the 5th. And so far, everything is going okay. The usual things, I don't know if people know about the MG, usual problems, but I'll be making videos about those. I've got a few modifications I want to make. I've got a tow bar which I'm going to fit a bike rack to the back, and I'm going to do a few back-to-back comparisons of how that affects the range of the car. And there's a few other things that I want to do. I'm going to try and use the car without using the normal home charger. I'm just going to plug it into the mains and see how that goes, whether I can commute and manage like that, but we'll see. Anyway, if you found this video entertaining or useful in any way, I will be making a few more videos about ownership of the MG4, so consider subscribing to the channel. If you enjoyed the video, maybe give it a like, but anyway, hopefully I'll see you in one of the next videos. Thank you very much. Goodbye.